Welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome. What's going on? Oh, my mouth is a little bit to the side today. Oh, what's the difference? This is part of an entertainment system. I'm Mr. Tackpans and I do what I please. Because the next message goes up to the stars. And you don't even have to watch it. And it's still going there. Want to know why 4 of the last 6 presidents have been left-handed? Well, so do I. So I'm going to start today. It'll probably take me 6 months, maybe a year or 2 to figure it out, because I go into everything. Why did they remove? Why did they connect the 2 heads together? Why is the one position here when on calculators and phones it's over here? Why is the picture card on the right side and the bottom left? The sword, can you see the sword? There's a dot in the center. The one spirit dot, the sword is just like his hair, because it ain't a sword. Same card. Here's the special card. One eye. The only king with one eye. And which way is he looking? He's looking to the right. He's looking at you with his left eye. The diamond is the reason for that, because the diamond goes in 4 directions. So he has to go in 4 directions. 4 out of the last 6, number 46 and 64, is 110 floors to the Twin Towers. 6 times 4 and 6 plus 4 is 24 and 10. Both letter X, one in Roman numerals, one in the English alphabet. They total, what? I don't know. 34? 34 is cold water in Jiminy Crickets. What's this big line going up here? Is it just a shadow from my glasses? Or am I picking up the horns right now? This is one of the reasons, because of the one eye they represent. Because they represent, one eye represents them all. Where can I show you this? You see this card, the Jack? He's turned this way, to the left. We're turned to the right. The Jack of Spades is what controls. Okay? Not the king. It's the Jack. Look on his hair. Curled up one way, curled down. He holds the baton. Okay? This is the Cancer sign. If you remove it, how can I do this? Let me design this. I'm going to try and design this. Okay? I'm thinking. Can you see it? Can you see this? Doesn't it look like the top of a bowling pin? They're connected together, the same thing he's holding. One on the bottom, one on the top. Look at the quarter, the American quarter. When you turn the American quarter around, right, the eagle's on one side, George Washington's upside down on the other side. They show you he's got that bow in his hair. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Sure, no problem. Don't. What do you think it is? This is a game. We're inside a game. Don't you think that they put in Woodrow and Taft, WWW, from the 25th? The 25th Amendment was it 25th or 22nd, that you cannot stay more than 2 terms, and you must be 35 years of age. These are all part of the games. The 35th president was assassinated. The 9th president died in office, only stood there 32 days. Then all of a sudden, what's his name that stood 3 terms? I don't remember his name. Usually I should remember, and I don't. And Harry Truman, the 33rd president. If you go to the presidents with WT and M and F, they're all the days of the week. You can tell me that I'm up in the air. You can tell me, but I just started on this, okay? WWW, Taft, Woodrow, Wilson, and et cetera, et cetera. The 10 presidents with the letter J starts off for Jaguar, Ja. The A presidents, how many of them were there? Arthur something or other. I'm Canadian. I just started on this yesterday. There was 3 presidents with a C. Well, +1, because how can you call Groover, okay, Groover, or however you want to say his name, how can you say it's two presidents? It's one president. It's for the game they put it that way. That's why they separated it. The same reason they didn't put four W's in a row, because you can't put four W's in a row. Because in one world, it's like this: 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 of the 4 go here, but a different 3 out of the 4 go there. The 1, 4 that doesn't go there of the 3 of the 4 goes there. 2, 5, and 8, 1, 4, and 7, 3, 6, and 9 on your phone. 3, 6, and 9 in planet says ESP. 1, 4, and 7 is the 1 month of 28 days, the 4 months of 30 days, the 7 months of 31 days. It's an elaborate game. It ends in 21 months, this game. In general, it ends in 21 months. Something huge must happen before that. And it depends what cards you have out there. What cards are you playing with? They're all different backs. They're different backs. Where's the other one? Look at this one. They completely separated the two. There's no spinning over here. It's not connected anymore. Where's the old cards over here? Look at this one. You see the way it spins? See the center? All separated control? I mean, I'm going through this really quick. Here, this is the way it used to be. You see it? That's the way it used to be when it was in running order. See the 3 the way it is? Nothing starts until the 4. Okay? These 3 are A, B, C. A, B, C. But look. Up, up, down. Up, down, down. To the right, to the left. The 2 card represents the 3, the 6 card, and the 7 card, and the 8 card, 6, 7, and 8. On the picture cards, there are 6, 7, and 8 eyes. 6 for the jack, 7 for the king, 8 for the queen. 6, 7, and 8 card are the only cards that will have this position. The 7 card will put a moon up here. The 8 card will have 2 moons. Okay? Sorry that I got on here all flubbergasted or gusted. I don't have a good English. I don't even want to have a good English. I don't need a good English. I'm not here to have to try to tell you. You have to try to understand. And if you don't ask the questions, you cannot know. You can only think what you want to know, but you need to know what I know. That way you ask me a question, I get to know what you know. Together we tie it in a knot. They tied George Washington's hair in a bow because it was something they knew that you didn't know. That's why they wore the wigs. These cards are masks. Okay? If you ever take a good look, these are masks, my friend. This is a mask. Okay? It's a mask, and everything represents the club. And you're not in it. This is a spade. In French, they call it a pick. And they've been stinging us all our lives. You know why? Our split DNA. Then the way I see it, it's somewhere in New Zealand. I want to know who's been traveling to New Zealand, and if there's a train underneath the Baltic that goes to New Zealand from Thailand. Why do I use Thailand? Because it starts with a T and H, and that's for 4th, 5th, 6th, blah, 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 all the way to 19th. TH. The longest running TH we have is from the 4th all the way to the 19th. That's the longest. After that, you have to go back to 21st, ST, 22nd, and D. That's right. Thailand starts with TH and ends with ND. It skips over 3 because that's part of the creation. You don't think so? You don't care because it's the 9th minute, and no one watches Mr. Tagpan's past 2 minutes. So you must be interested if you got to here. And then again, we might be in the year 2018 right now, and finally someone's heard something about me, but now you're just looking at the stories, because it's over. There is no 2018. Not in the old world. The old world ends. And my day has started off shitty, but it got so much better. Do you know why? Because I found a cigarette. It ain't much, but you know what? Sometimes I like to have a friend just to walk around. I like to have nothing when I have some friends with me. It doesn't feel so bad. In fact, it feels like nothing at all. But when you're all alone and everything breaks and you have to catch up. Hold on a second. You know what? I want to quit smoking because I want to see if I can get by. You know, if I'm doing something, if I'm painting, then I can probably get by. Anyways, let's go back to Grover Cleveland, 22nd, 24th president. Sure, I can make a game out of it. I can make a game out of anything. The biggest game is 19 times 19 is 361, and that's exactly how much time it takes for the Earth to move forward, turn around, and 28 days later receive the full moon. And there's a scientist that came out and says the moon cycle's got to be 19. He's tested it. Yes, it is 19 if you understand the formation. Everybody knows that most of the presidents had the letter J for Jaguar. Everybody knows that Bill Clinton and his wife set this thing up. They're furiated. They're all, of course, man, they're all masked men. That's how I believe it. Even if it didn't happen that way, somewhere underneath the water, they manipulate the sperm inside the birth mother and make you who you are, unless you actually are born out of an egg. Do you know what I'm saying? Now, anybody who's going to come up in here and say that's impossible, I'm going to debunk you, or is that what you say? I'm going to end this right now. We were all born from eggs. Inside your mother, there's a bag, and that's an egg, and you're inside. You are the egg that the sperm hit and entered and grew inside the bag that's an egg inside your mother, because they always say her water broke. Well, where did it break from? Because according to what I know, when Humpty Dumpty's water broke, he cracked. And he started to laugh because Uncle Humpty Dumpty fell into the well and not onto the ground. Jack and Jill scared the shit out of him. Didn't you know that? Jack and Jill went up the hill. He turned around, got the pill. Jill bent over, and that was the deal. Jack and Jill went up the hill, knocking Humpty Dumpty with the bow tie on his head into the well. Of course, eggs float most of the time, I think. Where am I? Another thing to tell you, I haven't done this yet, but this, ask me a question about a number, and I'll look for it on here, and then I'll tell you the story about it. Because, because there's stories on here. 17. What do you want to ask? Ronnie, where did you get 7286? Okay? 35, 32, 19, 41, 51, 61, 72. First three reds. 59, 69, 79, 86. Next three reds. 72, 86. Now count the blacks. 15, 19, 21, 38, 44, Barack Obama, 57, Heinz Ketchup. Barack Obama, 44. Now to 57, the number of terms of presidency. Beep, beep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Did it right there. So now that you have 57, 67, 68, 76, 86. Now you got 9 blacks making 86. You want to see more in this? 20, 31, 45, 55, 65, 66, 75. These numbers. 5 numbers make 75. The average is 25. 3 by 25 is 75. Now we flip over to the other side of the board. 17, 34, 51, plus 6, 57, 57, 75. Hebrew New Year next year in October. 1776 and 6771. 7 plus 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. The answer, 75, 75. George, in the word George, 75, 75. The word egg, 75, 75. The number of moons in 5,775 years, 75,075. 6776 instead of 1776 because 1, 6, it's the same thing. When you flip over a dice, it becomes the 6. 88,088 moons. WH or BH, I don't remember what it is. I'm just a little bit all over the place. 35th president, 7 by 5 is 35, 50, 35th president gets killed. 35-yard line is kickoff. 3 plus 35, 3 plus 5, 3 times 5 equals the fabulous number 23. The 15 ball, the last ball, in which is the first number on here, and the 8 ball in pool. 7 by 5, 57, 75. 7 by 5 is 35, plus 7 plus 5 equals 47. Gematria time. Reverse it, Jesus and the cross, and so on and so forth. I try to keep my video short. Thank you very much. The other thing you have to understand, every time you see a U, okay, every time you see a U, it's at the end of a Q. Is that correct? Can you see it here? Let me see. Hold on a second. Can you see the word? C-I-N-Q? There ain't no U. You see, in a $5 bill, there ain't no U. That's the way it works. Planets, 2 of them don't have the letter U. The days of the week, 4 days have the U, 3 days don't. 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6. The American flag set up as 7 and 6, 13. The stars set up as 6 and 5 on the American flag. The empty space in between is 5 and 4, making it 9/11. 119 days from the 4th of July, the Independence Day, to Halloween, 119 days. The quarters of Monopoly, Sandy and Prince Charles. Sandy has happened. New York and Kentucky. Rand just took over Kentucky, and New York is on that corner. And you know what happened in New York? It's a 9/11 corner. Marvin Gardens, Kosher Gardens, Vineyards, Marijuana, Pacific, BP Oil, the oil spill, Atlantic City takeover, go on the other 9/11 corner. I'm rushing right through this. If you want to keep up, and I'll slow down, I've done it before. The other 9/11 corner that's happened right at the beginning is the takeover of Atlantic City. 9/11 with the Mediterranean. I like to call it the medication. Lo and behold, at the age of 4 and 5, when we lose our teeth, 10% of your mind, 10% of the money is what you pay. There's 6-5 and 6-5 in Monopoly for properties. There's 4 trains and there's 2 utilities. How they try to run the world. This is more than just a world, my friends. Game ends October next year. Either we'll all be in jail, every single one of us, or whoever's on top right now will be so far off, there will be no bottom for them. They'll just be, there's no jail. We just keep them over there. They get food to eat, and they get a couple of horses to ride around, and their freedom is there. We don't have to put any armed guards over there. We just don't let them into our world. They wanted 500 million people to end it. Well, there won't be 500 million. It's a trick. They had to use that number for a trick. Take away 2 zeros. 500 million, 50 million, 5 million, not even 5 million. There won't be more than a couple of 100,000 people by the time we're done. That's really going to be cruel. The other 498 million are the ones that are going to want to be somewhere else other than with us. And I see a split. So we'll leave it at that. I mumbo-jumboed it because really, what do I know? I know I'd like to have another cigarette. Mustache is curling in. Must be time to get off the cord. Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Yeah, only those who want to know. But I can't say it all, because I don't know it all. I know it's and bits. I've been working on this 8 years. Slow. I make mistakes sometimes. Doesn't mean I'm wrong. Mistakes are mistakes. Thank you for watching.